Across the country, local opposition to data centers has crossed a line the federal government is now watching carefully, and a new investigation reveals just how far authorities have gone to track the people speaking out. A stunning investigation by Wired has revealed that the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, and local fusion centers have quietly been monitoring Americans who attend data center town halls, environmental meetings, and county board hearings under a brand new label, anti-tech violent extremist activity. More than 1,000 pages of unpublished documents show the surveillance sprawling across at least a dozen states, with agencies treating peaceful public comment periods as potential terrorism indicators. In Philadelphia, a police fusion center flagged what it called disruptive First Amendment activity attending a meeting and raising a concern as a risk indicator for domestic violent extremism. Civil liberties advocates, along with Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, are now calling for accountability. That surveillance is now driving lawmakers to act at the highest levels of state government. The New York State Legislature has passed a one-year moratorium on all new data center permits, with the Senate voting 44-16 and the Assembly 102-39. The Responsible Data Center Development Act, championed by State Senator Kristen Gonzalez, would apply to any facility drawing more than 20 megawatts, effectively freezing the entire industry's expansion in the nation's third-largest state. The bill now sits on Governor Kathy Hochul's desk. If she signs it, New York becomes the first state in U.S. history to enact a statewide data center moratorium. So far, Hochul says the decision should be left to municipalities, and she has not committed to signing. But even as the political walls close in, the money keeps flowing at breathtaking scale. Google has signed a deal to pay SpaceX $920 million every single month for access to compute capacity at Zay's data centers. The contract, disclosed in SpaceX's amended IPO filing, runs from October of this year through June 2029 at that rate, putting the total commitment at roughly $32 billion. Google will use approximately 110,000 NVIDIA GPUs housed at xAI facilities, the company that SpaceX absorbed in an all-stock merger earlier this year. Google Cloud called it bridge capacity to handle surging demand for its Gemini enterprise AI platform. And the reason that demand is so urgent comes down to one thing: power. U.S. data center electricity consumption has rocketed from 23 gigawatts in 2023 to 42 gigawatts today, an 83% surge in 3 years. PJM Interconnection, the nation's largest grid operator serving 65 million people across 13 states, now projects a 6 gigawatt reliability shortfall by 2027. Grid capacity prices have already surged 833% between the 2024-25 and 2025-26 delivery years. In March, 7 major AI companies including Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, and OpenAI signed a White House-brokered ratepayer protection pledge, committing to fund grid infrastructure upgrades directly rather than passing costs to consumers. Yet despite all the opposition, construction keeps breaking records. Powerhouse data centers and PO companies have announced Louisville, Kentucky's first ever hyperscale data center campus, a 400 megawatt master-planned facility marking an entirely new chapter for the state's tech infrastructure. The first 130 megawatts are expected to go live by October of this year. It is part of a historic wave. The data center industry started $49.5 billion worth of construction in just the first 4 months of 2026, nearly 4 times the pace of a year ago. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, subscribe, leave a like, and drop a comment. It helps us cover more of these stories.